כל האוניברסיטה אודיוורסיטי.
Audioversity, the voice of Reichman University.
כל האוניברסיטה אודיוורסיטי.
All I see is what life could be. I don't know on which path I should go. I know what I love, and I know what's realistic. But I'm just trying to be real optimistic. Do I class you up? Do I take you on? I don't know anymore. There's too much going on. Do I pass you up? Do I take you on? I don't know anymore. There's too much going on. You can be cruel, but when it's good, it's good. And when you treat me right, it feels as it should. I'm up all night, just thinking what could be. Oh, but then you leave me lonely. Tell me, what are you without me? Do I pass you up? Do I take you on? I don't know anymore. There's too much going on.
Welcome to Audioversity, the voice of Reichman University. You're listening to the Big Tree Sessions podcast, a music series exploring students, young artists, and the music that they love. I'm Jonathan Silber, your host, and here with me today is my very good friend and our first returning guest, Tani Rosenzweig. He's 21 years old from Toronto, currently a first-year student here at Reichman University. So, Tani, tell us about that song you just played.
That song was called Too Much. Bit of a double meaning on that one. I wrote it about a girl, obviously, because, you know, who doesn't write songs about girls?
I mean, that's why songs are written.
Exactly.
There's no other reason.
But if you listen to the lyrics, it doubles for the music industry. As if I should really go into it, dive into it, or if it's not worth it, if it's too harsh, not, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured, you know, cool double meaning songs are always fun.
Yeah, I mean, one of the great thing about art is that, like, any perspective someone brings to a piece of art makes the art new.
For sure.
Like, makes a difference. So, like, I'm listening to it and I'm not thinking, like, what am I? I'm thinking about, like, cheese lasagna. It's too much. It's too much
It's a little
cheese.
too much cheese.
It's a little too much. It's not good for the system. It gunks it up, you know? So how's your first year at IDC, at Reichman, going? Not IDC anymore, Reichman.
It's pretty good. You know, I'm enjoying the classes. Made a lot of new friends.
You did make a lot of new friends.
Yeah.
I actually feel like you're doing really well in communications. I think like you're really enjoying it.
Thank you. I think I'm doing well too.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Interesting. Anything specifically you like about it that you don't like about it?
Workshops are a lot of fun.
Yeah, the workshops are cool.
Digital storytelling was a lot of fun. We had to make movies and you know, learn how to tell stories digitally.
What is that from? Is that from something?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I know what it's from. It doesn't matter.
Okay. That was fun. We had a TV broadcast class, which I went to the sound room and I just played music the entire time. And then when they said they're ready for the thing to go on, then I, you know.
Are you in the radio workshop now?
Now I'm in the radio workshop, yeah.
Interesting. What are you doing for your final project?
Doing a podcast about like top 10 lists, kind of like a Watch Mojo type thing.
Oh, nice. Okay.
You know.
Oh, yeah, one of those. I did for that class. I did like a whole like murder mystery thing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Which was like I should have done something way easier. I shouldn't have done something that took me like hours and did a lot of people to participate. But you know, it's fun. The cool thing about the workshops is that you really do get to do things that you wouldn't have gotten to do in any other context.
For sure.
Like the ability to like come here and whatever, you know, I already work at the radio, but to be able to come here and learn how to produce a podcast is pretty damn cool.
It's really cool.
Like that's a cool thing. Thank you, Reichman University. Give me good grades. So you would describe yourself as like an audio engineer, or maybe something else, a different.
No, I think I'm more of a producer.
Okay.
As in I like put all the stuff together. My friend Mendy Stein, who I grew up with in Toronto, he's now in Australia. He's finishing up his audio engineering degree.
Mm.
He's the audio engineer pretty much, and we work together. So we use like WeTransfer and we send back and forth songs. He sends me projects he's been working on. I like add in solos or bass lines or whatever I need to do, and then we work together. So all of the stuff that I have, he's touched. He's had his hands on it, and it's really cool. Right.
Do you find yourself that it's, if you didn't have a person like in the background also helping you out, would you be able to produce the level that you produce, or would your whole style be different?
It's interesting. I started like a half online course, like a free online audio engineering course, and I'm working through that. It is what it is. Like, you know, it's a free online course. It's not like whatever. So I think my production level would be the same regardless. No, that's a lie. We sit on Zoom. I sit on Zoom with him a lot, and he's all these little cool tips and tricks that I love picking up. All these plugins that really, really help the sound of the music. So I think, I learned a lot from him. I think I could do a lot on my own, but without him.
How did you meet Mendy?
We were in high school together.
Oh, but he lives in Australia now, doesn't he?
Yeah, for this special school. I don't know. I don't know what it's called. Yeah.
And it's specifically like audio engineering and.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's really cool.
There wasn't anything in the States that he moved all the way from Chicago?
Well, no,
from Toronto, excuse me.
He had family in Australia.
Right.
You know, so it's just easier there.
Right.
But it's also really cool.
Whoa, that is dope.
That's so cool.
It's always funny to, you have to be really passionate
Oh, yeah.
about something like that to make a move like that. Which, listen, like, people who go after what they want, it says a lot about that person, that they're like really motivated and determined. I don't know. I was actually going to ask you a similar question on that context. You made an album.
Yeah.
You made 2 albums, actually.
I made an album and a beat tape.
And a beat tape. So, okay. So then let's just talk about Disney Princess shit.
Okay.
Because that is the album, right?
That's the beat tape.
That's the beat tape? What's the
Yeah.
other one? The other one's the album?
Yeah, man. See, No Relevance is the first one. Has like all the song has all the songs have like words and whatever. The whole point is none of the songs are related to each other, which is why it's called No Relevance, because they're all just like there, just songs kind of. And
In Disney Princess
Disney
shit.
Princess shit was Mendy and I were messing around with some sounds, and we found a really cool sound, which was like Disney princess shit. like you know, I was messing around with some really pretty sounds. I bought a glockenspiel.
Nice. Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, what if I just
One of those
threw a
funny
beat
German
over
words.
this? What if I just threw a beat over this? And
Right.
it sounded pretty cool. So we made a beat tape called Disney Princess Shit. It's supposed to give really princessy vibes.
Actually, the funny thing about it is that when you listen to it in the context of what it's called, like I do hear like, oh, it does sound like a snoozy Aurora sleeping
Yeah.
like sound. My favorite one is Giselle. That's my favorite one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Giselle, I'll tell you why it's really funny. So one of my friends, I'm not gonna name her name, she's credited on the song. She has a really, really funny and weird laugh. and one time someone sent me her laugh and said, "Can you make it into a beat?" So I threw it. I was working on something at the time, like at the exact second that happened. Her laugh happened to fit like perfect triplets for this song. So I just threw it in there as a joke, and it ended up, you know, making it to Disney Princess shit. I thought it was really funny. So on Spotify, the canvas is a picture of her, and she's just it's hilarious. So if you find the laugh, you'll know exactly what it is. It's really funny.
Okay. All right. So the next song you're playing for us is called "Why Am I Still Thinking?"
Yeah, I was gonna name it WASTE, like just an acronym for Why Am I Still Thinking?
Oh, cool.
But
You'd be missing an E.
no, like waste.
Oh, like waste.
It spells out waste.
Oh yeah. Wow. I'm dyslexic. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, let's do it.
Awesome. Wondering how you doing, but don't wanna ask. I know you miss me too, but you won't take off that stupid mask. We both moved on and found someone new. So why is it that I'm still feeling blue? Doors wide open, but you can't seem to find your way out. Oh, baby, why am I still thinking about us? She's asking where my head's at, but you're still in there, kicking up a fuss. wanna build a new connection, but you pull me back right in your direction. Just can't seem to shake you out of me. Oh, baby, why am I still thinking about us? She's asking where my head's at, but you're still in there, kicking up a fuss.
That was super lovely. I think definitely that keeping that theme of singing about like a love or a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, that one.
It's just easier. It just flows out. When you're heartbroken, things just
fair.
flow out.
That's super fair.
Nah, man.
The way that we express our pain, or the way that we express like an emotion as intense as that.
Yeah.
It's so much easier through music.
Yeah. that was a rough time.
Yeah. When did you make that song?
This was just over a year ago.
Just over a year ago.
Yeah.
Okay. When you were getting out of the army.
Yeah, around then.
Around then. Yeah, girls are a rough one.
Yeah.
Girls are definitely a rough one.
Yes, sir.
So when did you play like a plethora, SAT word for the kids, a plethora of instruments?
Yeah.
What was your first?
Okay, so I started on violin when I was 4 or 5, really young.
Mm-hmm.
My parents just threw something in my hands. They're like, "Start now."
Does your family play a lot?
My dad plays piano. My mom's just got an ear.
Okay.
No, but they said even as a kid, I would always sing things on key. Like they would be singing something, and I would join them and just whatever. Not to say that I still sing on key, but they thought they found that I was really musical. So they put an instrument in my hands. I played the violin for 2 years. I was like 6 years old. I messed up on stage at a recital, and I was like, "No, that's it."
Yeah, and everyone pointed and laughed,
Yeah.
and that's why you look the way you look.
no one could tell that I messed up except for my 6-year-old face went. I turned bright red on stage. Whatever.
It's a crazy thing to have a 6-year-old's like really a little kid.
Yeah.
And like the fact that they're like, all right, go in front of all these strangers and like everyone's watching you. And they're just like, okay, all right. Like,
so I picked up guitar when I was 8.
Yeah.
Been playing ever since. I took lessons in guitar until high school. So from 8 until high school, pretty much.
Did you have a good teacher?
I had a plethora of teachers.
Plethora, SAT
I
word.
had one who had like ginger hair, would look like it was a muffin, so we called him like Muffin Top or whatever.
Nice.
His name was Luke. He always like walked in without shoes,
Oh, cool.
He was really cool.
He's like back in my Hollywood days.
And then I had 2 guys who were brothers. I can't remember their names for the life of me right now, but they were like brothers, one after the other. So like one's name was Tom. So like this one dude left, and he's like, my
Was
brother
it Tom
teaches.
Mish?
It was not Tom Mish.
Unfortunate.
That would be so cool. In high school, my high school had I stopped taking guitar lessons because I was getting music lessons in high school. They had a music program it's called Chat. If you've heard of the school, Toronto.
You went to Chad?
I went to Chat. Yeah.
I thought you went to Orchaim.
No, sir.
Oh, you're like a cool guy.
I mean, I guess
You went to the cool, not pluralistic Jewish school.
exactly.
Wow.
Wait, isn't it pluralistic?
Is it pluralistic?
You said not pluralistic.
I meant pluralistic.
Okay.
Excuse me for being regressive.
Cool.
Yeah.
So they have a music program there. It's like a symphonic band. So I learned the saxophone there. I played the saxophone for 3 years, and then the music teacher was like, in the high school time, I started to form a band, and you know, there's always that one guy who goes, "Fine, I'll play the bass." So that was me.
Yeah.
I picked up a bass, being like a bassist on a guitar or whatever, and then in my senior year, the teacher was like, "I want you to be a bassist in the symphonic band instead of
How many people was in that group?
in the band."
Yeah.
20 plus.
20 plus?
Yeah, it's like
Were
a
you
whole
guys
program.
like amazing?
No, we're
No?
a bunch
Oh.
of kids start like at a really young age, and like in elementary school, they're all started on that stuff. We're a bunch of Jewish kids who start in grade 9, so
Right.
we're all beginners at that point.
Right.
So it's
That's a cool.
it's
like,
still really cool. Yeah, for
it's
sure.
funny. It's so funny
Like
to me.
we're good, but we're not amazing. You know,
It's you want to know what's a hilarious cliche to me?
Jews are just bad at everything.
No, not that. That one is hilarious, but that wasn't the one I was thinking of.
What are you talking about?
The one I was thinking of was that like, why is it like in the high school movies? It's like the kids who are in band are like dorks. It's like these are the most talented people in the school.
You have a point, but we're 100% dorks.
Yeah, you're dorky, but like you're so much cooler than like some stupid popular. Like it's I don't even.
Thanks, man. I'll take it.
Yeah, it's I just don't. The cliche is funny. It's funny. Like why are they getting beat up? They should be. All these girls should be falling for the kid on the flute. That's what that's. He's on the flute. That's cool.
Do you want to hear
You
why
don't
we're
agree?
dorky? When everyone's like, whenever people argue in the music room, someone randomly will always just play 4 notes: B, E, E, F. Spell out beef, and everyone be like, "Dude, shut up!"
Like that's the musical.
Like, B, E, E, F.
That's an awesome. That's like you have to be such a certain type of person to be like nice, because you have to get it and then also think that's funny.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the next thing that you're gonna hang out with us for, which by the way, I'm really upset you didn't bring the saxophone.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry, didn't finish. Played the.
Right.
I totally forgot about this. I taught myself piano. More or less, like I figured out where notes are, played chords. I can't play like really, really well, but I can play basic chords and basic things on the piano. I play the drums as well. That's really cool. My uncle plays the drums in New York.
You can play in a drum kit, or you play on your box.
I can play a drum kit, and I play on like a little keyboard here because that's what I have in my home studio.
Right.
But I can play the
What
drums.
are those called?
What?
Those little.
A drum machine, like a drum pad?
Yeah.
I don't
drum
have
pad.
one of those. I use
Okay.
I have a MIDI keyboard that I just play drums on
Oh, fine,
for the
okay.
time being. But my uncle had a drum kit, and I played with that for a while. I mean, like terribly. Like he taught me the classic, like the classic, you know.
Yeah.
And then just by listening to music, I would focus just on the drums, and I more or less taught myself how to play drums by just listening to, like playing the air drums and listening. And then when I got my hands on an actual kit, I had to like work out the coordination and stuff. But I picked it up by myself, which is really cool. That is it, I think,
Okay. So then
more or less.
let's move into the next song. So you're playing Pop Song, which is a cover of who?
Theo Katzman.
Theo Katzman from Wolfpack.
Yeah.
I
Well,
love
he also
Wolfpack.
has his own stuff. Have you ever heard
No,
it?
he's Wolfpack. Okay.
Theo's got this Jack Johnson type vibe.
He does have a Jack Johnson type vibe.
You wouldn't find it in Wolfpack.
And he's a Yid.
He is a Yid.
He's a Yid.
I mean, Theo Katzman. I mean, I would hope he is.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do
Awesome.
it.
I've been staring at the ceiling, hoping for some words that rhyme with how I'm feeling. Someone feed the fishes, someone clean my car. I can't keep up with dishes while I wish upon a star. Someone save my soul, I'm a slave to rock and roll. Please, politicians, preachers, pray, give us wisdom, teach us right from wrong. Oh yeah, I'm too busy trying to write a pop song. I've been chipping at this sculpture, hoping his gigantic hands will heal pop culture. Someone raise the wages, someone fight the fight. I've been speaking with the sages in the middle of the night. Someone save my soul, I sold it to Billy Joel. In the middle of the piece, politicians, preachers pray, give us wisdom, teach us right from wrong. Oh yeah. I'm too busy trying to write a pop song. Please, Mother Nature's on her knees. Read the paper, see what's going on. What's going on? I'm too busy trying to write a pop song. Politicians, preachers, pray, give us wisdom, teach us right from wrong. Oh yeah. I'm too busy trying. These politicians, preachers, pray, give us wisdom, teach us right from wrong. Oh yeah. I'm too busy trying to write a pop song. Mother Nature's on her knees. Read the paper, see what's going on. What's going on? I'm too busy trying to write a pop song.
That's such a fun song.
Yeah, man. That last lick was a Tom Misch lick.
Mixing it in there. I really love. This might be bad English, but I really love that onomatopoeia of "Please, politicians, preachers, pray."
That's not onomatopoeia.
That's not what's it? It's an alliteration.
I'm pretty sure
then?
it's alliteration.
It's an alliteration.
Onomatopoeia is like, pow!
Yeah, I love it when he goes like one of those, just screaming into the microphone. No, I really like. I like. It's he wrote a good pop song.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, look at that. Good job, Theo.
Yeah, he's got a great voice.
Yeah,
Phenomenal. I changed the key. I couldn't sing it that high. He's crazy.
Yeah.
If you want to hear something crazy, his live album, the song he covered the Eagles' "One of These Nights," out of this world.
Interesting.
Out of this world.
You know who I really like, who has a really strange voice? The lead singer from Fun. The band no longer exists. What's his? I'm forgetting what his Nate.
I have no clue. Like
the guy who sings
give
Some
me
Night.
a second.
Yeah. So I'm forgetting. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm forgetting his name right now. But he has like a really like crazy range, and like where he can go with his sound is like really cool. But I know that that's not who you like to talk about. You like to talk about Mr. Tom Misch. So
I have an obsession.
yeah. So I'm gonna ask you, who inspires you? Is it Tom Misch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I take a lot of his techniques and the way he plays. And I don't think I've played it much today. Yeah, I did. I played. I don't know. I look at the way he plays, and I like to take a bunch of things because he's just phenomenal.
The name of the guy from Fun is Nate Roos. Thank you, Mayor. Mayor in the back. He's my Jamie. He's looking it all up for me. When did you feel like you found Tom Misch? Like,
I was introduced to him before I drafted the Army, summer 2019. Someone showed me Loyal Carner, who's a British rapper, and he has a few songs where Tom Misch plays in the background, and it's really cool guitar. It's like really smooth UK jazz.
yeah.
And I found him, and I've just been listening to him. He has 2 beat tapes, an album called Geography, and then he released this jazz fusion album with Yusuf Days on the drums called What Kind of Music, and that's just it's the life of me, man. It's
The
so
funny thing is that
good.
I know that Tom Misch and Jacob Collier. I know they're very, very different,
Yeah.
but in my head, I put them in the same category
Okay.
because I feel like they're in that same kind of world of very like thoughtful music production.
Yeah.
Where listen, Jacob Collier is definitely
He's someone else. I
he's
don't
like
know.
way up there, and like it's like what am I listening to? It's like honking clown sounds.
Yeah.
But
No, he's just so smooth, and he just knows what he's doing all the time. And
mm,
I watch videos of him play live. I'm dying to go see him live.
he's British, Tom Misch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just phenomenal, man. Just out of this world.
Well, interesting. You also, Tani, love collaborating with your friends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. I have a bunch of friends who are always like, "Yo, we should make some music." I'm like, "Sure, come over."
By the way, it's not a small thing to say yes because there's a lot of animals
Yeah.
out in the jungle.
No, yeah.
What?
Yeah. A bunch of my friends, they love coming over, and sometimes I'm just wrecked, and I don't want to be like the guy saying no, but also I can't say yes. But I love working
Yeah.
with people. It's so much fun.
What's been the one that you had the most fun making? 16?
Probably anything with Jordan Land. I worked with John on a song called 16.
John who?
Jonathan Silber.
Oh man, that guy.
That guy. Yeah, that was fun. That was pop punk. We did.
That
we
was
did
a
bit of
pop punk one.
But I think
That
my favorite one, not most fun, was probably with Jordan Landis. We did a song for Hanukkah.
Yeah.
We released that one. It was really fun.
What was that called again?
Hanukkah Nights.
Hanukkah Nights.
I think.
Yeah.
It's on Spotify now.
It's on. If you are looking to find the newest sound, Jordan Landis.
We also we taped a music video for it, but
Did you?
it didn't get it didn't get finished in time for Hanukkah, so we'll release
So
it
you
next
release
year.
it next year, or put it out for Pesach, for Passover. Oh man. Okay, so where can people find you?
Awesome. I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, any streaming site service. Yeah, I'm there. I'm under Rose. It'll be a little hard to find me because I haven't properly promoted myself yet. Working on building a bit of a library, and then
You come in, you stop by, you have a cup of coffee.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have 2 albums out right now. One's a beat tape. I got No Relevance, which is a bunch of songs that I made in the past. My styles have obviously changed, but some really cool stuff. And then I have a beat tape called Disney Princess Shit, which is some Disney princess shit. It's like a beat tape you want to study to. I rap on one of the songs. Well, if you consider it's sing-song rap.
It's sing-song rap.
And then my favorite song off the beat tape I'm playing next.
Oh, fine. So that's perfect. Because what song are you playing next?
I'm playing a song. It's called "Don't Leave." It's called "Bonus" in like brackets.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't supposed to be on Disney Princess shit. I was just we were pretty much finishing up, and then I farted this guy out. Just made this song.
That is how music is made.
Yeah, you just farted.
You farted out.
I made this song, and it was. I was like, this is a cool one. This is how I figured just might as well just release it with it kind of fits the vibe of Disney Princess shit, so I figured let's go for it.
You've been listening to the Big Tree Sessions on Audioversity. Music made at home for home. Play us out.
'Cause I know that you've been hurt. Baby, please don't run away. I just got to let you know that everything will be okay. 'Cause I'm begging you, stay with me forever. Oh, darling, please.